Does LEGO have a problem releasing sets too early? Hello everyone, it is I, Republic Studs, and I would like to discuss a quality issue I have recently seen with LEGO products. Now the point of this video isn't to punch down, to say how awful LEGO is, or anything like that. This is purely a product criticism and something I have been having a problem with recently in regards to not one but two recent sets. And yesterday we did get obviously official pictures of the new Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Vader set based off of Kenobi. And we're going to be touching on that as well as one other set in the form of the Mandalorian N1 Starfighter. These are my most recent examples, but this is something that will likely continue for a long time. Now, for those who don't know, whenever a new Star Wars project comes out, like The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, obviously now Kenobi, there is a lot of stuff that is kept under wraps. They try to keep things as secret as possible. I remember a picture a while back, they had Ewan McGregor walking around in trash bags so nobody could photograph the costume he wore for the Kenobi show. They go out of their minds with this type of stuff. And it makes it hard for toy companies when they basically spring on concept art of different sets at the last minute. So for those who know, whenever you have the end of a Mandalorian episode, they have concept art, and they'll send those to the toy companies. So somehow LEGO has to work with this concept art a lot of the time, not always, but a lot of the time they have to work with this concept art and make entire LEGO sets out of them. And that is what I believe to be the case with the most recent LEGO Star Wars sets. And I'd like to do a bit of an analysis of each of them, and basically you can figure out what is wrong with them. What? That's like the Watt Tambor. So either way, I'm going to ask you all to hit that subscribe button and we're going to get right on into it. So first off, I would like to talk, the one that just came out, was just officially released in stores, the Mandalorians N1 Naboo Starfighter. Just about a mere week after the episode premiered, we already had official images of this LEGO Star Wars set. No leaks, no nothing. And with this LEGO Star Wars set, we obviously did get some new stuff. We did get a new BD1 mold, and we did get a Din Djarin face print. Now, first off, with BD1 mold, that seems like it was already in the works because they had always planned on doing a BD1 for this summer. And another figure, we have the Mandalorian, or Din Djarin. He comes with a face print. That's great. And then obviously you're getting Grogu. Pretty much everything else on Din is original. And then you're getting Peli. That's it. Peli's a pretty boring figure. You'll notice some minor problems with her. They didn't give her a proper hair mold. They didn't give her exclusive hair mold. And another problem that they have with that set in particular, especially, is the lightsaber. And I believe I remember reading an interview a while back. Basically, LEGO was asked, I believe it was by Brick Fanatics, why there was no Darksaber included, new Darksaber mold included in the Mandalorian's N1 Starfighter. And basically, LEGO responded they were in a crunch of time to put out this set, and they didn't have time to develop a new mold for it. And something tells me it's very similar with Peli, where they didn't have a new mold to develop a new hairpiece for her. Now, to actually get the nitty-gritty of it, that is a minor problem, where they are constrained by time to not put out the best possible product because they need to get it out to reach deadlines. So here's the other problem we have. We have the actual set itself. And I know this is a controversial opinion, and not everyone agrees with me. This is not a good-looking set. I do not think the Mandalorian's N1 Starfighter is remotely good-looking, especially relative to the actual show where it is mostly silver. I understand you cannot do a full silver set. I completely get it. I think you could do highlights. The Mandalorian helmet is back here. I think you could do silver highlights. Either way, I understand if you can't do that. With that said, there is no excuse for the multiplicities of different color uses on this set. In the grays department, there is 1, 2, 3, 4 different grays they use on this set alone. I mean, you have a little bit of the silver here, you have a little bit of the light gray here, and you have the dark gray here. There is absolutely zero consistency when it comes to the new Mandalorian's N1 Starfighter. And build-wise, it is terrible too. You could just pop this little engine off, you like this. It falls off super easily. It is really, quite frankly, ridiculous. That shouldn't be happening. And among other things, it is just not the most structurally stable nor good-looking LEGO Star Wars set. You'll notice in the cockpit there are these giant gaps here. They also have coloring that is abysmal to me. And the way they overall did this set, it is gigantic. This is not anywhere close with the recent scale they have been doing their starfighters, and they have been shrinking the size of their starfighters. The regular N1 Starfighter, compared to this, obviously widely different. And I know this thing has a bit of a different fin at the back. Obviously, it's not fully consistent with this design, but overall I think they did this much better, and they did this much cheaper too. And I get they have to add some new stuff. I fully 100% do. But this felt like a very rushed product. This was not the best is good enough. This was not the best. I have a custom model of this set that was better than this put together in a reasonable amount of time. Now I understand fully, LEGO is under a time crunch, they don't have as much reference material as we end up having when they put these things into development. I fully get that. With that said, I would like to attack another set, the new Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan duel set. Now, I personally obviously do not have this physically in hand, so I cannot fully assess it. I need to have it in hand to give a full, honest take, but purely based off the photos, it looks very rushed. Now, I will give them full credit for the minifigures. They did great with the minifigures. They did do Ned B. He's a completely new exclusive mold. The Star Wars mold team, they know what they're doing over there. Vader, obviously, he looks good. They gave him pretty much the same treatment they have with all the other past Vaders. They gave him the face printing, all great. They also did Obi-Wan. Obviously, it uses the same face print and hairpiece that comes in the Scythe ship. And then Tala, that's a pretty easy one. They could have given her a new hair with like the little ponytail thing. The figures are relatively okay in this one. There's no major problems other than I'd say I'd wish they'd bring back the droid molds for minifigures. That is a personal critique. I am the only one that feels this way. I like the K2SO style of droids. That's just me. I understand for this character especially because he's like humanoid. But that's just a point I'd like to make. I feel like for the Dark Troopers, it's the same. So here's the problem I have with the set. I know, first off, that this was revealed, like, the week after. We just got a reveal. This was revealed the week after we got the scene, the groundbreaking confrontation between Vader and Obi-Wan. We know for almost a certain fact they are going to be confronting each other again. If I had to guess. I have no theories, leaks, rumors, whatever. I have no information, but I'm almost certain we're going to be seeing them again, because if that was the only interaction they had, that was pretty dang unexciting relative to what it could have been. Now, with that being fully said, looking at this set, I mean, guys, it is a gray slab. It has the turntable feature, which I will grant you looks decent. I think that's really cool. And you can also separate it a little, and you get like some fire. And I'll be honest, it looks kind of pathetic. And you know, just by looking at the way they did this, they were working pretty much solely off of concept art. And we also know the thing that's going to hurt this, I feel, even more, is this is not the main battle that we are going to see between these two. And basically, since we already have an Obi-Wan versus Vader versus set, unless they go directly back to the same spot, which I'm sure they won't, this is all we're getting in terms of this show, in regards to verses. We're not going to see whatever the next epic battle they have is in LEGO form. And this is the problem I also have with the Mandalorian's N1 Starfighter. This is the Mandalorian's flagship. This is going to be around longer than the Razor Crest, probably. This is going to go Mandalorian Season 3, Season 4, who knows, maybe even Season 5. And it showed up in the Book of Boba Fett. It's marketed towards the Book of Boba Fett. So chances are this set is going to stick around for quite a... The engine piece broke off again. Back to my point, this set is going to be around for a while. We are going to see this. It's going to be like Grogu. It's just going to be around for a while. And the thing that's going to be around for a while is a rushed product. And this is the biggest problem. I'm going to basically propose why I think this needs to be fixed. LEGO, this is a personal opinion, and I understand you want to have stuff out. I fully do. I think it's really cool. I more than most people like to see stuff out early. Because it's great. You know, you get to see stuff, you watch a show, a week later you get a cool LEGO set revealed for the show. It's fantastic. But if this is going to hinder the quality of your sets, please do not rush them. I don't know if this is in your control. I don't know if you're mandated to have a certain set out for a certain show within a certain time. This is just from a pure consumer level. What I'm observing is the hurting in the quality of the products. And I think that is something I know LEGO takes very seriously with the quality. This is not some relatively minuscule thing. This is an overall quality product issue. And if a show is going to happen, I want to make sure like you're getting a set that and a design, and you're not rushing into it, especially if it's going to be a main thing. With Vader's versus Obi-Wan, that is a little more excusable. That's a single scene. But when it's something like this, when it's a flagship of a series, you need to take that a lot more seriously. You need to take a lot more time making that a good set that can sustain itself on shelves for long amounts of time. And also, this is something they didn't have indication of, and this is a minor problem I have with the set. It really should have had something else, whether that be an extra minifigure, or a pitch droid, or I think the best thing, honestly, they could have done is put an R5-D4. because supposedly he is going to be flying it according to leaked trailers. So they could have included R5. He's in Pelly's hangar. They have an excuse. Star Wars team, I don't know who you're communicating with. You need to tell LEGO, okay, this is our general plans. Like, if you throw this character in this set, even though they're there anyway, like, this is very specific, but this is something I certainly want to see tackled. So overall, I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this particular issue. Do you think LEGO is rushing these sets? Do you think they're doing just fine? I want to know. This is my personal take. This is no full diss on LEGO. This is just I want to see their product quality improve. That is all. With that said, I will see you guys all in the next one. Remember to peace out and stay awesome.